Okay, I've been wanting to do a video on this for a while, but I was actually just going to wait until I actually had an actual project that I was going to use this on. But yeah, I was wanting to show you probably the handiest tool that I have actually made for my lathe. Actually, for either one of the machines, this is by far the handiest tool that I've made when I end up using it, and I use it on a fairly regular basis. I can't remember where I saw this idea. It was online, and I looked at that and I thought, you know, that actually looks like it would be really, really handy. So basically, what this is for either threading using a die or a tap. And so what happens is you mount this piece, and I'll show you, or I'll kind of explain how I made this stuff. You mount this in your tailstock. Then you put, this is just a nice slide fit. So this is mounted solid in the tailstock, and like I said, we're getting ready to do this, and I'll show you everything, but just so you'll have the idea. Now I knurled this so that I can get a good grip on it. If you're threading something that, I don't know, if I would say 3/8, 7/16 or smaller, you can generally just hold on to this, and then whenever it gets to the point that either you're ready for it to be at the finished point or it bottoms out, it'll just start slipping in your hand. Now I also made this handle that screws in right here, and we're going to end up using it today because the tap that I'm using is a 5/8, and it is probably going to be a little bit more than what I'm going to be able to hold just with the knurled part of the handle. But basically what you got, you've got a recess here, and I made these adapters, and they've got little little indentions for the set screw. So whenever this is in there, you mount a die in there. Got a set screw for that to hold the die, to keep the die from spinning, and you don't want this part to spin, so it's got to be held in there. So that would mount in there using the set screw on that if you're using a die. Now I've made 3 different sizes of these because I got 3 different sizes that my dies typically are. And like I say, you can make these, you can make the diameter whatever size dies that you're using. So these adapters here for if you're using a die. We're going to be doing a tap, so we're going to use these. Now I found these, I think, on eBay, maybe Amazon, and they actually, it is an Irwin. It is made by Irwin. You'll have to look around. I can't remember exactly what they call these. They're obviously tap holders, but they're made to where you can put like a 3/8 either a ratchet or a speed handle in. You know, these would be handy if you was actually threading some holes. You're threading a lot of holes, and you could actually chuck this up in either a drill or a speed handle. What I'm using them for is, I use this adapter right here, and I drilled a little recess so that these will drop down in here, and you can see where the set screw will tighten up and prevent this from spinning. And then I can mount that back in there. Now I can hold taps with these tap holders. So let me get all set up here, and I'm going to show you how this works. Now before I go over there, I've got everything set up, but I was wanting to show you the way I made this part here. Actually, I didn't actually make this part. I ordered this. It's a threaded taper. It's an MT3 for my tailstock. Well, let me get on it. It's an MT3 taper that's threaded, you know, for a mandrel or any kind of a like a chuck, or you know, whatever you needed to put on this to be able to fit an MT3 you know, piece of tooling. In my case, it's a tailstock. And then I made this shaft, which I threaded to screw onto this. Now, if you're set up, let me get this screwed on. If you're set up to turn tapers, then you can make this whole piece out of one piece of metal, which was actually my preferred method to do it. But in order for me to get a perfect taper, if you've done any machining, you know how tough it is to get a perfect taper. And most tapers are then ground perfectly smooth, so that whenever they're fit in there, you know, they're not going to spin. This doesn't spin anyway, so I realized that this isn't that critical. In fact, I cut the little anti-spin part off of it because it's not needed. Let me show you how this thing works. So that just pops right in there. This piece slides on. I've got the tap all set up in here. I do have the handle on it this time, like I say. And I made the handle short enough. You want to make sure the handle's short enough to where if it does hit the stop, the handle is able to spin all the way around. You don't want it hitting your ways. And like I say, if you're not using a big tap like this, you can literally just hold on to this without the handle, and the knurling provides enough grip to where you can comfortably hold it still. Then whenever you get either to your stopping point or the tap bottoms out, it'll just start slipping in your hand. In this case, I'm going to hold on to the handle, and then whenever it finally gets to the, you know, to the bottom, it'll just slip free of my fingers. You don't want to hold on to it like that, because it's going to be trying to push your hand back as soon as it hits the bottom. You want to hold on to it just with enough finger pressure to where whenever it does hit the bottom, it just pulls free from your fingers and starts spinning. And I'll get set up here and I'm going to show you how that works. Now, well, let me just show you. I'm going to get set up so that you can see how nice and easy this actually works. Okay, I think I'm all set up. I've already turned this part and knurled it. So I've got to cut some 5/8 18 threads inside here. So I'm set up. This is set up to where it's just a, you know, slip fit, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to throw a little juice on it. I've got the lathe running as slow as I can. And yeah, let's see how this thing works. And there you go. Then to back it out, just reverse everything. I'm going to pull the camera out so you can see the full setup. So I've got this in the tailstock, and it just slides on the shaft. You want to make sure your carriage is back far enough to where the handle will be able to spin all the way around. If my carriage was, you know, was right here, this would end up hitting the carriage. But the threads are all done. You know, it didn't take no time at all. This is a 5/8 18 tap. And you don't have to lock your tailstock down. Try to get a close up of the part. Not going to do it. I got to get a different camera. This one just has a hard time focusing. There you go. Threads are all cut. I'll clean the end up here, and this will be done. But yeah, it's like I said, it's a pretty simple project to make. I can't remember what the material was here. You can make it out of anything you want. You know, just whatever you got laying around or whatever's cheap to buy. And like I said, I wish I could get the part or remember the part number of these little pieces. I'm sure if you did a search for like tat holder 3/8 drive or something like that, they'll pop right up. They're by Irwin. I don't know if anybody else makes them, but they seem to work perfect. But and they make you an adapter to hold into here, and then make whatever size adapters that you need to hold your dies. And you can, especially if you got multiple parts, this is a fast way to do it. Like I said, it's one of the handiest tools I've made, and I've probably used it more than just about any other tool I think I've made for whether it's my mill or lathe. But I just wanted to show you guys that. Yeah, I think that's about it. Got any questions, let me know.